Today's story is one of those tales that is tragic, unbelievable, and the kind that makes you say, did he seriously do that? Picture the scene: a man is being taken to his execution. People are shouting, the guillotine is ready, the executioner is waiting. What does this man do? Does he say his final words? No, he says, wait a moment. I want to measure how many seconds I remain conscious after my head is cut off. Antoine Lavoisier was no ordinary man. He was the one who rewrote chemistry, the scientist who identified oxygen, explained the process of combustion, and became known as the father of modern chemistry. He was so deeply intertwined with science that he was probably forming a hypothesis even on his way to buy bread, but unfortunately, being a scientist didn't really help during the revolution. The political chaos targeted him as well. Lavoisier was arrested on the grounds of being an enemy of the revolution. Even though there was no evidence whatsoever, the fact that he had worked in tax administration was considered enough. In other words, they basically told the man, you're too smart, and that makes you dangerous in this revolutionary atmosphere. He defended himself in court, but the judge delivered this now legendary line: the Republic has no need for scientists. And that sentence would go down in history as one of the worst decisions ever made. And now we come to the strangest and most unforgettable part of the story. Right before his execution, Lavoisier turned to the executioner and said, I want to measure how many seconds I remain conscious after my head is cut off. I will blink my eyes, and you count the seconds. Even in the moment of death, he was a scientist chasing an experiment. What kind of dedication is that? The square in Paris was packed, people had gathered to watch the execution, the guillotine was gleaming, the crowd was tense. Lavoisier stepped up to the guillotine with extraordinary calmness. It was as if he wasn't about to be beheaded, but about to give a lecture, and the blade came down. According to witnesses, after Lavoisier's head fell to the ground, he continued blinking for 12 to 15 seconds. This went down in history as one of the strangest scientific observations ever recorded. Lavoisier's experiment is considered one of the first systematic attempts to understand how human consciousness works at the moment of death. Humanity witnessed that even with his final breath, a scientist never stopped being curious. That's why this execution is remembered as one of the most shocking events in history, not only politically, but scientifically as well. Years later, the French government acknowledged that Lavoisier had been innocent. And the scientific community declared that his loss was an irreparable blow.